Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make gears in Solidworks 2018. So the first thing we're going to do is create an assembly, and once that's created we're going to need to enable the add-ons to let us create the gears, as they're not included in the basic system. So once this loads up we'll be able to access that. So you're going to want to go to Tools in this upper section, and then we're going to hit Add-ins. And the add-ins we'll need are Solidworks Motion and Solidworks Toolbox Library. So once we have those, you're going to have to wait for them to load in. Shouldn't take too long. So now that we have those, we're going to want to hit this, we're going to want to hit the library button. And that'll allow us to hit Toolbox up here, and then we'll have ANSI inch or ANSI metric. I'm going to use the ANSI metric, just what I'm used to. And for our gears we'll go to Power Transmission and then Gears. So they got helical gears, spur gears, gears of every kind, but we're going to use spur gears. So we'll drag one in, and then it'll ask us some questions about how we want to create it. So the module will allow us to change the aspect ratio of the teeth size to the total gear. So I'm going to go with a 1, and then you're going to want to keep that the same for all your gears if you want them to mesh together. And then the only thing we'll want to change is the number of teeth, or the face width, which will allow it to be wider. So I'll show you what the face width looks like first. So we'll change that to 12. And see that widens the gear up, and then we'll stay with 64 teeth, and then we can go with a 4mm shaft, which will be the inner hull. So that'll be a good gear for our first one. And then it'll ask if we want to create another, but for now we won't. So there's one gear. Then we'll want to drag another spur gear in. And this time we'll just reduce the teeth by half. So we'll go with 32 teeth. And this will allow us to increase the torque of our motor. So now that we have both of our gears, we'll want to create a sketch so we can place them directly next to each other. So we'll want to draw a circle right through the middle of this one, and then adjacent to that we'll want to draw another circle. Now there's many ways to do this, so don't just restrict yourself to this one method. See, so we'll just delete that line. Just got to draw a circle that's totally tangent to this one. So now that we have this, we'll want to put a relationship. This is horizontal to this one, and that'll just fully define our sketch once we set the dimensions of this. So we'll go with 1.6 and just adjust as we see necessary. So 1.6, and that'll be a fully defined sketch. So now we'll go to our assembly, click Mate, and we'll want to select the face. We'll want to select the face of our gear and the object and make them coincident, and that'll align them up in the plane. And then the next thing we'll want to do is select the middle circle and the outer circle and make them concentric. And then we'll go to this one and we'll do those things again. So make it coincident and then make them concentric. And then we'll see that our circle that we made is a little bit too large, so we'll have to decrease the radius of that one. So we'll just go back into our sketch, edit sketch, and we'll just adjust this as necessary. So there's many ways of doing this, but we'll see how that looks. And then it'll catch up. So made it too small. We'll try 1.2 next. Hopefully that looks good. And of course there's more scientific ways to go about this, so that'll work for our purposes. So my main goal is just to show you guys how to create the gears, and then we'll want to make them mesh so they're not colliding like they are right now. So we'll just want to, so it looks like they're fixed. So you'll want to left click on them and then right click on them to make them float. So that way we can rotate them freely. And then we'll want to make sure that they are not colliding. So now we can see how our gears move by selecting Move, Physical Dynamics. And this will allow us to make sure that our gears are meshing. Probably in the long run we'll want to make those a little closer, but this will work for now. And then we'll select New Motion Study to see a video of this. So once we select Motion Study, we'll want to go down here and select Contact, and then select our two gears, and that'll allow them to contact each other. And then we'll want to select the motor, and we'll set this one to spin at 3 RPM. And then the one thing that you want to make sure is that you change this left thing to motion analysis. And if you're not allowed to do that, you need to go to your add-ons, enable motion study. But then our gears should be able to simulate their running. So here we go. Our gears are meshing together, and you can run this at different speeds. You can run simulations of the damage that will occur over time by going to the simulation setup and all of these actions that you have down here. Well, thank you for watching. Everyone have a good day.